Hi, fanatics. Hope everyone is keeping well. Enjoying the World Cup. I'm currently watching that game and still let me also do some content. So I wanted to do some original versus clone, and I wanted to go back to one of the most popular Maisons in the market, Sauvage by Christian Dior, and the EDP version of it, which comes across a little more sweeter than the EDT version. But in one of my previous content videos, I mentioned Sauvage is one of those scents that, for me, meets at least three scent DNA criteria for men, right? It could be used as a daily wear scent. It's a perfect office wear scent as far as I'm concerned. And it is something that could be used formal. And if you want maybe date night, but for me, it's not a perfect date night scent, but it's easily a scent that could be used for dinner or for dressed up occasion. Um, Now, with all the different clones of every niche scent you could think of, um, you haven't heard anything about clones of Sauvage Door recently. And Alfragantica, um, Salvo Intense by Maison Alhambra is the top rated clone of Sauvage EDP. So I never had it before, and I said, let me get my hands on it to check it out. And I could say I was particularly impressed for something that you could easily get around 20 US. And currently, Christian, your prices have been increasing, right? I would say maybe up to 3 years ago, on discounters, I could have still gotten maybe a bottle of Sauvage EDP between 100 US and 110. I sometimes would have gotten testers around 85 highest. Currently now, the cheapest you're gonna get your hands on a tester for is usually around 120 US for a bottle, and even on discounters, so far GDP for bottles now sell between 140 and 150 US a bottle. So it's one of those cents the prices has increased. So if you can get something that gives you the same scent profile at 20 US, hey, anybody telling you not to try to get your hands on something like that? Like I said, the good thing about some of these clones, you can still purchase your bottle of the Sauvage, but now you have alternative that maybe you use your Door Sauvage twice a week or just on special occasions, and then you have the same scent DNA. So you basically have what people will say is your signature scent, but you have it an alternative for it is less, because even the best designer alternative in the market is going to still run you maybe an next 80 years plus on discounters, which is um, one of the Prada Loma. So, not Loma, it's the Prada Luna Rosa. The That's the closest you're going to get to that Sauvage DNA. But I tested out these. I would say the this very similar. I would say 90% closer. Um, this comes off a little sweeter. I think they amplified the nutmeg note in the Salvo Intense a little more. So you pick that up much more stronger than in the Dos Sauvage. But all the other notes basically is the same. I was also impressed with the performance. Yeah, I tested both on skin and on paper, and yeah, I mean the one on paper. If somebody didn't write down, I had to write down the names, but um, yeah, same setup. The only thing I will tell you is that you could tell that in the Sauvage, the perfume scent could have been a little more stronger concentrated. That's the show I mean. If you, I just had the two here. You can see the scent stain here. On this is the Dior Sauvage, um, and you don't really the scent stain is not as pronounced here. So I could tell the Sauvage has a little higher oil concentration in it, right? But on paper, they smell very similar still in the dry down, and projection is still good, I would say. So this is something I would recommend. However, I would not outright recommend and say the um, Salvo is the replacement for Sauvage EDP. I think Sauvage is a good scent. If you're a perfume collector, is one of those bottles that you should own, even if you say just want to invest in a 60 ml bottle, or even if you want to get a 30 ml decant and still complement that with the Salvo Intense, which is a very good value for what you're paying for. Thanks.